the sight in the game can see the boxing voice.
You know, that's just part of it. They make great fights for the city challenge to get on the champion, but still, I did what I had to do. I came in, gave a great performance, and I knocked him out.
You're looking fine.
You just popped this on the table.
That's my home. That's why I built. I'm looking forward to having many shows. The crowd was responsive, and it was a beautiful crowd. You know, and we're looking to have many more there. That's for sure.
Barkley was there too.
Definitely. Down the Holyfield as well too.
Deontay, you talk about, let's talk about an Areola fight potentially. What are your thoughts on that fight if that's the next fight?
I mean, if you climb the ring, if it's meant to be, it's gonna happen. That's what any fighter out there that got my name in their mouth. Is it meant to be? It's gonna happen. I mean, I'm the champion. Whether they talking about somebody offer for one, they don't offer me nothing. I'm the champion. I do the offering. Let's get that straight, because a lot of things get out there. Like, they offer wild this and that. You know, I'm not scared of no one. This is what I love to do. God bless me with the talent and ability to do this, and I'm gonna do it to the best of my ability. So, you know, anybody that's ready, they're willing. I'm ready, because like I said, once I became a champion, I want to be an active champion. So you're gonna see my face a lot. So get used to this face right here. You're gonna see it a lot. And whoever's ready, I'm ready. I love to do this. So whether it's Areola or whoever else want to talk, and for me, I want somebody that's looking to take this belt, not for an offer of money. A lot of people are fighting just for the money. I'm fighting for my legacy. I'm fighting for the glory and representing the WBC. I don't got time for nobody that wants some money. You know, I'm looking for somebody that really feel like they can take this belt.
Speaking of legacy, you're talking in terms of what is your time frame going over to fight Klitschko's and bring all the titles back here?
Well, we're not going nowhere. We're going to stay right here in America. We're going to bring them here, and I'm looking forward. In my time, I'm looking forward to sometime maybe mid or end of next year. So I have it once and for all. That was one of my goals in boxing, to be the first American undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. So I won't rest until this sport until I achieve all the belts. I want it once and for all, so people won't be confused no more about all these different belts. We can have one champion once and for all.
It was some sort of a setback when I hear that Tyson Fury got first dibs with Klitschko instead of you.
It don't matter. I got the most precious, most well-known belt in all of boxing. That's the WBC. So I'm sitting in paradise right now, where everybody else want to be me. So I'm relaxed. We good. I got a great team that's behind me, and we're living.
Can you
life.
really call yourself the legitimate heavyweight
I'm
champion
the legit.
over Klitschko?
I got what people want. I got the WBC belt. Yeah, I got the belt what all the greats have had. You know, that's why they want what I have. That's why Klitschko wants what I have, because I got that belt. So we sitting good. So I am the legitimate heavyweight. I'm the heavyweight champion of the world.
What do you think about Klitschko's last fight with Brian Jennings?
Well, he looked real old. You know, he looked old, and you know, and give props to Jennings. He came to fight. And that's the thing about it, man. These guys, when you have that belt on the line, when you have something that somebody wants, they're gonna fight. You know, they trying to get to where you want to be. They trying to live the lifestyle that you want to live, do the things that you do. You know, and when you have that belt on the line, man, everybody gonna bring that beast out of it.
Deontay, you say you're joining the offering. Who do you want to fight them? What about a guy like Jennings? You know,
Jennings, I still wouldn't mind fighting Jennings as well too. You know, like I said, I got a great team. And we're putting together a lot of fights, a lot of great fights for the fans and stuff. You know, I'm trying to get a lot of guys in the top 10 and stuff like that. But we all know that we can't please everybody. That's an impossible mission. No matter who I fight, somebody's going to have a problem with it. I can fight the number one guy, somebody have a problem. I can fight the bottom of the line guy, you know, going to have a problem with it. I don't believe in rankings. I don't believe in the records and stuff like that. I don't think that dictate a fighter of what he can do in the ring when it's time to fight. So everybody just have to stay patient. A lot of people don't have patience, but people need to learn how to have patience and sit back and enjoy fights.
and it's gonna be NBC on primetime, right?
What's that?
NBC primetime is the plan, right?
Definitely, most definitely. I'm looking forward to my debut for that, to win over the fans in that, and go forward from there.
What about a fighter like Amir Mansour, who's been calling you out relentlessly?
Well, Mansour need to need to get himself together.
I know if y'all ain't giving me a rainbow full of hearts, y'all ain't gonna get to see shit. How about that? So I want to. There you go. That's what I thought.
I really believe he can beat me.
How do you see the Klitschko Fury fight going?
I see it now being a great fight. You know, Klitschko, you know, you don't usually see him fighting the taller guys. You know, when you find a guy that's taller than you, it's almost like an orthodox and a southpaw. It's going to be an awkward feeling in there. He said he likes to fight the taller fighters, but you know, due to the fact that all the fighters he's been fighting, you know, there hasn't been too many tall guys, and the taller guys are really the ones that's ruling the division. So I think with taking away from the clinching and the stuff that he does in his previous fight, when you eliminate that from his style, we're gonna see what type of style he got. And then he's getting older, and we know with age comes your time reaction to your punches and different other things. So I find that's an interesting fight. If Tyson Fury trains well and do what he has to do, I think it's going to be made out to be a great fight.
The two guys you mentioned they want to fight with, one is Eddie Chambers, the other one's Prince Charles Martin. They're both without Heyman. Are those guys you can confirm or deny are on the list for September 26th?
They're not.
How many names are still on that list that you're sifting through?
We almost got a name down. We're narrowing down. Like I said, a lot of wrinkles is being ironed out, and just stay tuned.
When do you expect to make an announcement?
To your community to fight where you did, the people where you grew up?
It meant a lot, being at the fact that I love making history. Being that was the first title fight in history in any weight division to be there, and I'll be the first to do it. There, being in a state of Alabama where it was based off of football, and I just came and rearranged it, just changed history just like that, man. It was an amazing feeling, and I'm looking to do more damage to it.
But what about the people, from your background where you grew up, the people who were able to come see a big event?
They enjoyed it. They enjoyed it, man. It was a dream to come to, not only for me, but for a lot of people, because we have a lot of fans there in the state of Alabama. I had a lot of people that went to the instead of sharing tears, because they always wanted to see boxing. They always wanted to see a heavyweight title fight, and now they got the opportunity to see it right there in their backyard.
How popular is your daughter in class?
I asked her that before. I asked her, I said, "Babe, are you popular?" She said, "Yes." So, yeah, but with come the good and the bad. So, with her, she still, with her disability, she still get to the point where whether it's a child or adult, get taunted or whatever and stuff like that. Being that she is, I don't like to put her in the spotlight like that, because people are going to be people. Some people are going to love you, some people are going to hate you, some people are going to love me, some people are going to hate me, and those that hate me are going to take it out on her because they can't get to me. So, only thing we can do is pray for people.
Deontay, what type of level of opposition are you looking for December 26th? Obviously, Eric Molina was Eric Molina. Is it a step above Eric Molina, or what are we looking at?
We're always looking for a step above the next opponent. But, whoever come in there, it's going to be up to them, what they bring. Some may bring fear and then, feel like they can do things when they get inside the ring. Some already had the confidence to get in there. Just because they have a name or they may have done things in the past doesn't mean they're going to do it now. I'm a totally different person when people get in there. All this talk on the outside doesn't mean nothing. All this entertainment because of cameras doesn't mean nothing, because a lot of these guys will do something in front of the cameras, but the next note will go and DM you, man, I'm just doing it for the cameras. So, it's all good and dandy for the entertainment part of it, but I don't think you can judge a man hard when it's time to fight for that title. When you look at records and stuff like that, I don't believe in it.
Did Cruz Ariola's last performance take him out of the running with you?
I didn't even see it, so I can't even respond on it.
How about Tarver Cunningham? Could that produce a future opponent for you? What you think?
Good. All these heavyweights in here. No opponent is out of the runnings. This is the thing about boxing. Nobody is out. So all these names that y'all naming, nobody is out. 1 minute they can be in a position where they're at the bottom, and the next minute, one or two fights, they can be right there at the top, getting ready to fight. So the only thing I can do is be me, train hard for whoever name is pulled out of the hat, and be prepared and be well ready for them. So that's the only thing I can do. With all the fights that all the high demands of fighters that people want, like I said before, it's just patient. It's gonna come. It's gonna happen anyway. Once they start to stop, they keep winning, and I'm at the top. I keep winning. It's gonna happen regardless.
What do you make of Tarver campaigning as a heavyweight right now?
What I make of him? The things that he's been doing, he's winning. So he's been winning, and I wish him the best. Once it comes time to fight me or fight for a title, which everybody wants, then I wish him luck. I don't believe in luck, because luck is for losers. So, but I wish him luck. Because when he fight me, it will be a loser.
Why not Povetkin next?
Why not Povetkin that? Well, you know, negotiations, when it comes to negotiations, it takes a while for things to happen. You know, you have one party one way, you have the other party one the other way. So, you know, it's like a agree to disagree thing, and things come around. But no, he's my mandatory, so I can't go around him. I can't hide. You know, nobody can. So that's why it's gonna happen. So everybody just stay tuned. It's gonna happen.
How is it that Mark Breland is a trainer?
What's that?
How is it to train under Mark Breland?
It's you know, when I met Mark, we clicked at first sight, man. You know, it was like love at first sight. You know, once I got used to his soft voice, you know, it was a great relationship. You know, Mark is definitely intelligent and have a nice boxing IQ. So he was the right trainer for me. You know, some trainers is not a nice fit for fighters. That's why so many fighters, you know, switch up their training. But Mark was definitely a perfect fit for me.
If Cunningham beats Tarver, I mean, obviously he has a daughter who had the heart transplant. As a father, you know, you guys have kind of similar circumstances there. Is there a certain amount of empathy on your part, you know, in that he's sort of like been in those shoes of you?
Oh, definitely, man. You know, he's a man just like I am that love their kids, man. You know, she motivates him, and my kids motivate me as well too. And when you fight for someone, I always felt when you fight for someone else besides yourself, because I feel like selfish. But when you're fighting for somebody else, it's a hard man to beat, you know. So I applaud him for everything he's been doing, and his family, and to hear that baby's girl is doing all right, man. Because we ran up on each other one day, and I told him I was praying for him, and prayer changes a lot of things, man. And it's good to see that she's doing great, you know. And I wish him the best from here on up to wherever he's trying to do.
What would you change about the last fight in terms of the preparation in between those fights? I know that you carried a lot of hats for the Alabama fight as a promoter, as a spokesman, hyping that fight. If you came back a second time, what would you do differently the preparation?
As far as fighting my opponent?
Fighting your opponent, preparing for your opponent, getting out and be distracted by all
to be honest, I mean, it was everything that's done. Everything that was done was prepared to be done, and everything I've done, I felt like I made the right decision what I did. You know, to be honest, when you're fighting at home, it's a different kind of beast. It's a different kind of atmosphere, because not only you fighting the opponent, but you fighting the crowd as well too. And the one thing why I was super calm and patient in that fight, because I didn't want to get aroused by the crowd screaming my name. I knew everybody was there was going to be for me. So in my younger days of my career, I was all for the crowd. You know, if they booed, I'm like, all right, let's go. If they cheered, all right, let's go. But in this fight, that I'm more mature, more experienced, that no matter how loud they scream my name, I was still going to stay calm. I was still going to try to fight the fight. And then, being that Eric, he was a counterpuncher, so I knew that whatever I did, you know, I had to make sure I was smart about it, and that's why I fought a slow-paced fight. You know, I wanted to be smart. I didn't want that to get out of hand.
How's your hand holding up? I know you injured an injury in the Stepern fight. How's it holding up?
It's doing pretty good. It's doing great. It definitely wasn't 100% in my last fight. But right now it's I can say it's 100% now. You know, due time and breakage of your hands, it takes time. But I'm a gladiator. I like to fight. I'm not gonna let that stop me from fighting, no matter what. That's just the part about whether people know it or not. You know, whether they feel like I'm healthy or not. You know, if I feel like I'm gonna get in, I'm not gonna make a bad decision by myself. If I can't fight, then I'm just not gonna fight. But if I feel like, you know, the pain's not gonna bother me, I'm gonna get in there. I'm gonna perform. I'm gonna do what I gotta do, because I love to do this. And man, like I said, I'm married to this sport, man, and this is my wife, and I don't want to be away from her.
Deontay, now that you're defending world champion and it's settled in, being a world champion, tell us, how does it feel to be on such a prestigious piece of history, especially being the first American heavyweight champion of all time?
Man, it just, when you say that, it just made me reminisce on back when I first won the title. You know, it was a historic moment. You know, so many. You know, one of my favorite fighters of all time, birthday Muhammad Ali. You had Martin Luther King. You had one of the greatest trainers of all time. One of the greatest trainers of all time, Emmanuel Stewart, said that if anybody could bring back a heavyweight title or beat a Klitschko, it'd be Deontay Wilder. And I brought the title back to America. Now, that's just part of the puzzle. Now I got to do the rest to finish the other. And then I promised my daughter when she was 1 year old that that'll be a world champion. So it was so many things going on at that moment. And when I won that title, man, it was a great feeling for me.
Didn't your grandmother say something about anointed?
Yeah, my grandma always told my parents that I was anointed by God. She would never let them whoop me. She would, not in front of her eyes, You want to see an old woman get at somebody? Try to whoop me. She said he's going to beat somebody one day.
Is your daughter a fan of boxing? Does she watch your fights in front of the TV?
She definitely watches my fights when I have fights. I wouldn't say she's the biggest fan. All she knows is Daddy. Daddy's finna fight, and she always wishes me well. And when I won the belt, one of the things that touched my heart is that most times you go to your children, and if they do something good, you tell them that you're proud of them. But on the other hand, she reversed it on me and she said, "Dad, I'm proud of you." And that almost brought me to tears because, if you want to see me cry, I cry at good movies when they're dealing with kids and stuff like that. But when she said that definitely warmed my heart. And, man, I was like, wow, it makes me go hard. Like, how can you beat a man that got so much on the line when you got these kids looking at you? When you got another man that's on the other end that's trying to take the food off the table for the kids or provide for their future or school or whatever they want to do. It's going to be hard to beat me. I don't care who it is. It's going to be hard to beat me. It's going to be hard.
How much does it bother you that you're still not considered by a lot of people either a legitimate heavyweight? There's people talking about Anthony Joshua, about Parker from New Zealand, of course the Klitschko. You're a guy who's beat Romain Sterling. Does it still bother you that you're not getting your due compared to the European guys?
It didn't bother me then. Before I came champion, it don't bother me now while I'm champion. Like I said, this is a big world. People got opinions. They're going to express their opinions whether they believe in it or not. Some people just want a voice so people can hear them, But, you got a guy like Floyd Mayweather that's undefeated and did a lot of great things in his career, and they still consider him, not one of the greats. So, I mean, what do you think they're gonna say to me that's the champion, and still I'm in the reign of trying to do a lot of great things in my career. No matter what I do, like I said before, I can fight King Kong, beat him, and then fight Godzilla. There's still somebody gonna say that wasn't there, or somebody was too old or whatever. So I'm just doing what I'm meant to do. I feel like God blessed me with ability and talent to do it, man, and I'm just going on with that,
Well, if that King Kong and Anthony Joshua's Godzilla, how important is legacy to you in taking out those other monsters?
Legacy is big for me. Legacy is bigger than money for me. I feel like I'm fighting for my legacy because the money, that's automatic. So, when it's over for me, which I feel like I only have 10 years in this sport, when it's over for me, I definitely want to be one of those guys that people say, man, he feared no one. He fought the best of the best. He went behind enemy lines. He brought excitement. He brought the heavyweight division back. I'm trying to make it better than what it was back in the day. Back in the day, it was less amount of sports than what it is now. But I want to bring that spark back to the heavyweight division, and we'd have brought, along with myself and a lot of other heavyweights, we'd have definitely spunked it up. We'd have revised it. But it's definitely, far as in my eyes, there's more to do. And I feel once we have one champion, once and for all, it's gonna be great.
Now that your knockout ratio is no longer 100%, do you find yourself boxing more and not really looking for it as much, or do you still go out there with the intent to knock somebody out in every single fight?
Well, I'm always had that hunger to go in there and knock somebody's head off. That's for sure. I like to display it. I find myself I like going around. I like going around as well too, giving people a couple of rounds, giving them at least a little bit part of their money's worth. and then going to knock them out. But I always want to knock somebody out. You know, I just got a thing with putting my faith in judges' hands. You know, many fights we've seen where we knew who won, but when the decision came, it was like a mouth-dropping decision. Like, did they see it? I mean, what was they looking at? You know?
Do you feel like that's a double-edged sword when a guy like Chris Arreola takes on Molina earlier than you took him out, but you're giving the fans a longer fight, you know, possibly more excitement? Do you think that you kind of have an obligation to knock those same common opponents out earlier?
I don't feel like I'm obligated to just because somebody fought somebody earlier and they did what they did to him, and I got in there and did it at a later round of them. I don't feel obligated at all to try to beat what somebody's done. You know, at the end of the day, a win is a win, and that's what people are gonna remember. A win. You know. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in because he did that, I gotta go and beat him. I just don't believe in it. I'm gonna do what we're planning to do, what we're trained to do, and that's that, you know, and go from there. As long as I still have the belt, as long as I still got that win, that's all that matters at the end of the day. Because nobody remember losers, but they always remember winners.
Your next opponent, is your next opponent going to be an opponent that you're going to use for preparation for Povetkin?
To be honest, all my opponents is preparation, really for the big dance, for Vladimir Klitschko.
And as far as Povetkin, is there a timetable? And I know you have a fight coming up is in September, correct?
Correct. September 26th.
So is there a timetable for Povetkin, maybe in the spring or summer of 2016?
Definitely. Like I said, he's my mentor. I can't go around. I can't. It's nothing that I can do. I must fight him. So that fight will happen, and I'm looking forward to my very first mandatory fight. I'm looking forward to that fight very much so. Looking forward to beating him, keeping my title, and moving on. Like I said, my ultimate goal is fighting for the undisputed heavyweight championship of the world. You know, a lot of people are dependent on it. A lot of people count on America to just count on me to do that. And I promise, I gave my word that I'm going to do that. And if I give my word, then it's done.
Deontay, these every one of these fighters that you talk about, these historic heavyweight champions, have always had the passing of the torch opportunity. It's one great story that was handed down to another great story. Again, there's been a lot, even in other countries, you can say the Klitschko's have a great legacy, but people have lost interest in the heavyweight division. If you are given the opportunity to unify the titles against him, and you were to beat him, do you feel that it is going to be beating a branch of history like, again, for instance, when a Rocky Marciano beat a Joe Louis or so forth? I
very much so feel that would be what you just expressed. It would be, you know, you're looking at Vladimir. Both of the brothers, they've been ruling the division for a decade or so. So when you have the belts for so long, it's like somebody come on and beat it. It's like almost the biggest thing that had happened. That's why I'm so anxious to get in there. To do what I got to do. That's what people hollering out right now. They ain't hollering about these other guys. They ain't talking about no Arreolas, no Tresorias, no Shannons, none of that. Klitschko Wilder. That's what people want to see. You know, they want to see two giants, two champions, get in there, unify the division once and for all. And, you know, that's going to be a historical moment. I can't wait to see that.
Where would you like to see the fight take place?
Where
would you like to see the fight take place?
I wouldn't mind having it here in New York.
There you go.
I wouldn't mind having that right here in New York. So maybe the Madison Square Garden. I always want to put my name on history. Maybe at the Barclays Center as well too. I'm looking forward to having my debut at the Barclays Center as well too. So, but whether it's Madison Square Garden or the Barclays Center, definitely be a New York.
Fully exposed. Keep more time. You know, it was that.
One-on-one time, fellas. Later. We'll be back.